Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to work on another little nano tank. You could see here I've got a 10-gallon 45 centimeter tank that I'm going to do something really simple today. I get asked this a lot in terms of, do I really need plants, a lot of plants in your tank to make it look really natural and aesthetically pleasing. And the reality is no, you don't. It's really all up to you as to how you want to create your aquascape. With the real focus on making it look natural, making it an inviting environment for your fish. But before I do that, I wanted to just give an update on this tank. So I'm sure you've seen it before. This is the moss tank that I've done. I did a few months ago, and one of the things that I like to mention when people are in the shop is that an aquascape, while you get it right, you've got your plants growing. The big thing is you could always change it, right? It's something that it should be, and you should find enjoyment out of it. And one of the funnest parts of aquascaping is to be able to just make changes, tweak it, trim it, design it the way you want. And if you get bored, there's no reason not to change it, right? And the great thing about changing up your aquascape once it's established is that plants are growing, that you've got your beneficial bacteria, and so to be able to change it is actually really simple and specific for this tank here. Just because I've just got moss, all I needed to do was actually move some of the logs that the moss some of the moss on the wood, and it was really just moving the wood pieces around. So let's just take a quick look at that tank before we get into this tank here. All right, so here we go. So you could see I had to actually rearrange this a little bit just in terms of where the filter was going, because I had this other tank that I want to make more of a black water tank. I don't want an actually stronger light, so I actually pushed this over to the left side of this rack here. You could see here just moving some of the log pieces, and I've got actually a mono shrimp in here right now. One thing to note, this tank doesn't actually have a heater, and a mono shrimp live perfectly fine. The average temperature of this water is about 70 degrees. So it's still a good little environment for these mono shrimp. And you can see one right there. So yeah, it's really simple setup, really natural looking, but it's really great for just a shrimp only tank, with the moss, giving them some of the beneficial algae for them to eat. So let's switch over to this tank here. We're going to do more of a sort of black water, less plant focus, and just really simple in terms of putting in Manzanita wood in here and some rock pieces and sand, and that's it. I mean, this setup should be really a less than 5-10 minute setup. So let's get to it. So as I mentioned, this is going to be a really simple setup. In this tank here, we will use sand as our base layer. And the fact that we're not really going to be planting a ton of plants, if really any, you don't need your aqua soil in a tank like this. And so a nice thin layer of sand just works really well. And there you go. And just to give some folks context, this is about 2 kilograms, so about a 4 or 5 pound bag of sand here. And you can see you get a little, maybe a 1/4 inch of coverage on the bottom. You can definitely add more, but when you're estimating how much substrate you need. So again, about 4 pounds is going to get you, 4 or 5 pounds is going to get you this little tiny layer here. Next step is I'm going to add some rocks, and we're going to have it go triangular that way. So this is serious stone. So for the Manzanita wood, I've got some, 3 really cool pieces, really thin, really long pieces, but kind of cool looking wood. And so I'll just place it over the rocks, and then we'll add some accent rocks as well, just to finish off and round out the aquascape. But yeah, and I mean, obviously these are pretty long pieces, which is fine. Just need to break them up, as they see fit. All right, thanks for joining us today. You can see that you don't need to make it complicated to make it look nice, right? Just a few key pieces, 10-15 minutes, and you've got a really natural looking aquascape and something that you're going to enjoy at home. So check back later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.